with the insistence on this divisive race narrative in America, that it's important that we spread the Blexit message. So I just first want to tell you guys, what is Blexit? What did I mean when I meant black exit? There's been a lot of media portrayals of what started this movement, and it couldn't come more direct from my heart, meaning that I started this movement because in 2015, I didn't care about politics at all. I didn't really care much about all of the debates that were going on in the media. But I started realizing that increasingly the media was sort of insisting on this narrative that the only black American that was worth giving a platform to was somebody that was angry, somebody that was divisive, and somebody that believed that this country is a horrible, backwards, racist, irredeemable place. And it started to make me also realize that when I looked at the portrayal of black Americans on TV, it was a similar echo, meaning that the type of black Americans that were being given platforms and that were being given shows were so far from the type of shows and black Americans that I grew up with. When I grew up, we were watching The Cosby Show. We were watching Will Smith and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We were watching The Winslows and Family Matters. These wonderful, wonderful shows that were, at the end of the day, about family, right? It was all about family. It was setting our goals in our minds in a way that was so positive and so inspiring, meaning these were doctors. These are Dr. Huxtables. The families were together. It wasn't about, strife and angst. And then I looked up today and I said, wow, what's the #1 black show on TV? And at that time, it was Love and Hip Hop. I think it still is. Very short amount of time, and we've gone from the Winslows to Love and Hip Hop, right? So you have to realize that at this moment in time, the media is definitely creating a simulation and deciding upon what direction they want black Americans to go into. You see this with the Grammys. You see this basically every show that they have, award show that they have, the people that are being honored, the people that are being celebrated are people that have this divisive vision of what it means to be a black American, while at the same time, when I started examining and looking at the statistics, and while we were being told to focus on race, all of the other areas that were completely crippling America were being ignored. So if you were looking for racism, a great place to start would be maybe at least having a conversation about why it is that 75% of black boys in California can't pass a basic reading exam. What is happening in our education system? I became fascinated with the education system and how it was changing and shifting, and you guys are all aware of that. They're now teaching critical race theory, which is basically insisting that kids focus all day on ideas of oppression, on ideas of backwardness, and ideas of why they should hate America, why they should hate the person next to them because of the color of their skin. It's the very definition of racism when you look at somebody in the face and you say, I can look at your color and I know everything about you, right? You are white, so therefore you are privileged. You are black, and therefore you are oppressed. I don't think every black person is oppressed. I'm certain Malia and Sasha Obama are not oppressed, right? I think there's got to be at least a couple of white people that are living, less than that they're living in a poorer manner than they're living, and yet we've just decided that this is the narrative. And the reason for that is because what the media seeks to do right now is to collectivize our thoughts. They don't want us to see ourselves as individuals. They don't want us to actually get ahead. When you replace hard academics like reading and writing and the sciences with things like critical race theory, when a kid can tell you about white privilege, but they can't do their math homework, you're basically setting up a society in which we're going to mass produce failures, and we're going to mass produce angry failures.